What's up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you this really pretty sunset sparkle duochrome vibe. If you like what you're seeing on my face, then please keep on watching. If you're new here, welcome. Please subscribe to my channel. My name's Anna. I'm 24 years old. Oh my god, I'm gonna be 25 on the 8th, and I'm like, I'm shook, right? But anyway, hopefully 25 brings nothing but happiness and great things. So, but anyway, like I was saying, my name's Anna. I'm 24 years old. I'm a makeup artist here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. What else? Yeah. So like I said, if you want to see how I achieved this look, then please keep on watching. Alright, so I already did my eyebrows because they take forever and I hate when you guys have to sit through that. So now that my brows are done, I'm gonna move on to skincare. I'm gonna start with my CeraVe Repair Eye Cream. So I get a little bit on my ring finger. By the way, excuse my nails, they are horrible, but I just got like a spark of inspiration, and so I didn't want to do my nails first and then do my makeup later, because I probably, to be completely honest with you, would not do my makeup. So, yeah. Next, I'm using my CeraVe Moisturizing Cream. I have very sensitive skin, so I can't use like all of the fancy stuff or fragrance stuff. So I like to keep my skincare just really simple. I haven't found a good toner yet, so please comment down below all of your toner recommendations. You rub that into the skin. Give yourself a nice little massage, a mini facial if you will. And I'm also going to bring it up my neck. I like to rub any excess moisturizer on my hands, because who likes dry hands? Nobody. So my lips already had the Burt's Bees chapstick on it, but to give them a little more moisture, I'm gonna go in with my Laneige, whatever, lip sleeping mask in Berry. This is one of my favorite products. It just, you'll see. Just look at the moisture that it instantly brings to your lips. Oh, and the smell is to die for. It smells amazing. I always like to keep a roll of paper towels on my desk right next to me, because I'm messy. I'm very, very messy. I'm a messy hairstylist. I'm a messy makeup artist, so I'm always needing to clean up after myself. But today we're going to be using the MAC Painterly Paint Pot to prime our eyes. One of my favorite eye primers of all time. If not, well, I would say it's my favorite eyeshadow primer of all time. I don't use anything else, to be completely honest. So I put a good amount on. And then you can use a brush if you want. Sometimes I do both. I use my finger and a brush. I use a brush to apply it, and then I kind of like pat it down with my finger. It's completely up to you, whatever works for you. So this just creates a nice, even, and clean canvas for us to work with. I'm feeling something colorful. I was looking at my old looks, and I used to do a lot of colorful looks. And I feel like, I don't know, I've gone more like glam, soft glam lately, or like celebrity inspired, and so I think I want to take it back and do something really fun and really colorful. So we'll see where this takes us. Now that our eyes are primed, I'm gonna go ahead and set that. I'm gonna be using the Rimmel London Stay Matte translucent powder. Some onto the lid. I'm gonna pick up this brush here and just really pack that on. And I I do back and forth between like patting motions and then like swiping motions. Alright, so I'm picking up my ABH NORVINA Volume 3 palette. And the first shade that I'm going to dip into is going to be B5. This is just going to be a nice transition color for us. And this is just a Wet n Wild fluffy brush. These are some of my favorite brushes. And they're inexpensive, so it's a plus. I'm going to start here and kind of just do windshield wiper motions and circular motions to really blend this shadow out. Like I always say, it's easier to build your color up than to try and blend it out. So I'm keeping a very, very light hand with this, and then we'll gradually go darker. The next color I'm going to be dipping into on the same brush is going to be C3. I'm going to focus that more on the outer V of my eye. So if your transition state, So if your transition shade kind of disappears after you apply that darker shadow, you can use the same brush. I kind of recommend to pick up a clean fluffy brush, dip back into that first shade, B5, and then just go over it. And it'll bring some life back to that transition color. I don't know why I can't say that word. And it'll blend those two colors together very, very nicely. So the next shade I'm going to be dipping into is the shade right here, E5. It's a beautiful purple shimmery color, and I'm going to use this brush for that. I think this came in a Naked palette. I'm just going to get a healthy amount on there, tap off any excess, and then just apply. I'm applying with a brush first, and then I'm going to go back and intensify it a little bit more with my finger. And pick up my blendy brush and blend out that harsh edge. I want everything to be like really soft, but really like pretty too, if that makes any sense.
As many.
Now I'm gonna just pick some up on my finger to really get that pretty purple sparkly shade. And I'm being really particular in where I place this. I don't want to bring it up in here because that'll harshen the lines. Next, I'm going to pick up my Huda Beauty Ruby Obsessions palette, and I'm going to be going in with this purple shade in the middle, just straight on my finger, just to give it a little more pop. I love mixing different shades together because you just get a whole different tone Sometimes these colors have different colors of reflex in them, so you get just really awesome, pretty shade. I don't know. So I'm gonna also go in with my Violet VOSS Sugar Crystals palette, and I am going to dip into the shade Sugar Crystals, again, just with my finger. I'm going to apply that onto the lid. And it just totally gives the look something different, a little more pop. So that's definitely why I like to mix different shades with each other. So next I'm going to pick up my Douce liquid liner, and I'm going to create a little wing. Face, I'm using this Rimmel London, oh my god, don't look at my nails. Now moving on to the face, I am using my Rimmel London Stay Matte Primer. It is so hot and I sweat like crazy during the summer. Like any little bit of hotness, I'm like, I just cannot take the heat. I don't know how you crazies live in Arizona. My bestie lives in Arizona, and well, oh yeah. My bestie lives in Arizona, and it's just like, why? How? So I'm just gonna press that into the skin. Feels really nice. It's kind of feels a little weird. It dries down right away, which is nice. It doesn't have a fragrance, which I also like. To color correct under my eye today, I'm gonna pick up this Stilazzi color corrector palette. And I am picking up this orange shade, and I'm going to put that underneath my eye. So now I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. Camo Hydrating Concealer. I'm just going to apply that under the eye as well. Not a whole lot, because I will be adding more concealer and obviously foundation. So I like to layer my products really lightly. So I'll be dipping into two of my favorite foundations today. This is the Pure Cosmetics Love Your Selfie foundation, and also the Maybelline Superstay. I'm a little pale right now. I don't really like to be in the sun. So the Pure Cosmetics is more of like my summer shade when I get a little tan. So I just do like a half pump of that, and then I do like a pump and a half of the Maybelline Superstay, which is a little lighter. To mix those two together. I also like the finish that this leaves, because it's not completely matte, it's more of like a satin, but it looks so nice. So I'm picking up my very dirty ILMAKIAGE beauty sponge. I love this sponge, it's so nice. I usually use the Real Techniques one, but last time I got one, I feel like they changed the material that they made their sponge with, and so it felt a little weird, it felt off. So I decided to try this one. I really enjoy this one. I need to purchase a beauty blender. I've never owned a beauty blender just because I think paying $20 for a sponge is out of control, but that's just my opinion. like to really fine tune this and go in with a brush because the sponge is too big and it'll take off some of that product from your eyebrows. So I like to just go in with that little concealer brush that we used for underneath our eyes. Go ahead and pick up some of that foundation and drag it under the eye as well. If you want, you can kind of angle this shadow more up to give you more of like a cat eye look. All right. One of my favorite tricks is doing a layer of setting spray in between all of my creams. So once I apply my foundation, I like to just give me a nice little dose of setting spray. This really keeps everything moist and hydrated. Helps products kind of move easier on the face. So next I'm going to be picking up this e.l.f. angled brush, and I'm going to be picking up my Laura Geller 3-in-1 eye lip cheek palette. Oh, multitasking eye lip cheek palette. I'm going to be picking up this middle shade here, just directly on the brush. This is one of my favorite products. Oh my gosh, this is such a great product. If you guys are looking for like a new cream bronzer or highlighter, blush, whatever, this is the one to definitely get. I'm obsessed with that. I think it leaves such a nice finish and it blends so effortlessly. Like, boom, look at that. To deepen my contour a little more, I'm going to go in with the Fenty Beauty Match Stick in the shade Truffle. Just get a little bit on the brush, and I'm focusing this shade more back in my hairline. That way you get a nice gradient effect. To deepen my contour a little more, I'm going to go in with the Fenty Beauty Match Stick in the shade Truffle. Just get a little bit on the brush, and I'm focusing this shade more back in my hairline. That way you get a nice gradient effect. Next product I'm going to be going in with is my ILMAKIAGE Fucking Flawless Concealer. And I'm going to put some on my forehead, underneath my eye. A little bit goes such a long way with this concealer, so don't go overboard. Some on my chin and a few dots underneath the contour I just did, just to brighten that area up. I go in with my sponge and blend all of that out. Put my powder on, I am going to do one more layer of setting spray on top of all of my cream products. For powder today, I'm dipping in with the Maybelline Stay Matte Translucent Powder. Get some on this Real Techniques brush, and I'm just going to pat that into the skin. Just a light layer. And while that powder sits on my face for a minute and just kind of soaks in all the product, I'm going to go in and finish my under eye. I'm going to take both of those orange colors that we applied in the crease and apply that underneath that. smoke out the under eye just a little bit more, I'm also going to pick up E2. I'm gonna go in to B4, and I'm gonna apply that on the outer V of my eye. All right, so I'm looking a little like a corpse right now, so I'm gonna apply some bronzer and some blush. I'm going to be going in with the ILMAKIAGE Waka Waka bronzer. Just picking up this Lisa Frank angled brush. Next, I'm going to be picking up this contour shade from KVD Beauty. This is in the shade Suede. Just to kind of cool it down, neutralize it a little bit, because bronzer tends to be more on the warm side. This is the cooler tone. For blush, I'm dipping into my Tarte Captivating blush brush. And this is just a BH Cosmetics No. 3 brush. I also want to add some pinky tones to this, so I'm going to go in with my Tarte Dollface blush. Just a little bit. I'm such a big fan of mixing blushes together. I think, you know, just like that I said with the eyeshadows, it just gives a whole different tone and really beautiful, different ombre of shades. And next I'm gonna go in with this Kylie Cosmetics Cheers blush. It's just a lighter pink, and I'm just gonna focus that on the apples of my cheeks. To clean up my contour, I'm picking up a little bit of translucent powder. And I'm just gonna swipe that underneath my contour. All right, back to the eyes. I'm gonna curl my eyelashes and apply some mascara. I'm gonna be using, for my top lashes, I'm gonna be using the Marc Jacobs Blacker at Lashed mascara. And for my bottom lashes, I'm gonna be using the ILMAKIAGE Icon mascara in the shade Brown. Ardell lashes in 105. They're just, these are really pretty, like long looking lashes. So pretty. One of my favorites. I use these on all my brides. Up some of my NYX Vivid Brights cream color. I'm just gonna apply some of that on the back of my hands. Then pop this cream color into my waterline. So So next I'm going to go in with Busy Gal Brows from Tarte. And I'm just going to run this through my brows. This will help them stay in place and not move. And lastly, we're on to lips. So this is a pretty heavy eye look. I don't want to do something crazy with the lips. I mean, I really never do. So I'm going to pick up Kylie Cosmetics Brown Sugar lip liner. And I'm just going to line my lips. Applying the Tarteist lip paint in the shade Salty. And I'm going to go back in with that lip liner. Today this is a little too matte for me, so I'm going to go ahead and apply some chapstick or a lip balm on top of this. So I just went ahead and applied some more of that Laneige lip mask that we applied in the beginning of this tutorial, just to give a nice little sheen, some moisture to the lips, so they don't look all crusty. Nothing looks worse than crusty lips, man, let me tell you.